What's good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of water spidering at Amazon. It's been a few weeks or maybe even over a month since I did my video on explaining each position at Amazon, where I did the water spider edition. So a little bit late, but I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons for those who have never done water spider before. This is for inbound water spider only. I've never done outbound water spider, but we're going to get started with the pros first. I have 3 pros and 3 cons, just like the other videos where I've done pros and cons on different positions. But yeah, with water spider, inbound water spider, we're going to start off with the pros. And the first pro, this is a huge one. And for a lot of people that do water spider, this is why most people really do love water spider. And that is, you're not labor tracked. Same thing with inbound shipping dock, you're not labor tracked, which means that you don't have to keep up with any specific rate. They're not constantly watching you. They're not going to come and audit you over how you're working. They're not going to say, hey, you're not working fast enough to meet this certain goal and all that stuff. So you're not labor tracked, and that is a huge pro about water spider. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people who choose to do water spider and love doing water spider is because they don't like being labor tracked in stow or anything else, and water spider is easy for them. Number 2, this one is definitely for my extroverts out there. I couldn't relate, but it is one that I would consider a pro, especially for extroverts, and that is that you get to communicate with a lot of people in water spider. Unlike pick or even stow, where you're not talking to anybody, you're just working alone all day. Water spiders actually get to talk to a lot of people, whether it is stowers or whether it is other water spiders or even managers. You get a lot more of a chance to talk to other people, and even when it comes to other water spiders, you have to communicate with your other water spiders at times. So to me, that would be a con, but for a lot of people that is a pro, because a lot of people who do water spider are just bored of all the other positions and do not like sitting there basically with their thoughts. So if you like to talk to people, definitely try inbound water spider. You do get to talk up to a lot of different people and you get to meet everybody basically. Number 3 on the pros is that the work is more interesting and mixed. So with stow or pick or anything like that, you're getting the same work every single day. You're coming in, you're doing the same exact thing every single day. Now with water spider, it's kind of similar, but for the most part, you get a lot more challenges in water spider. Every day you come in, there's a new challenge or something else that has to be done. Some days you'll have to focus on working the VRCs. Some day you'll have to focus on giving totes only. Every single day there is a different task in water spider, and the work is never really the exact same. You're doing similar things every day, but it feels a lot different and it feels a lot refreshed every single day. And that's why I say that water spider it's a mixed bag of work. Now we get onto the cons. Again, I have 3 cons, and the first con is that you are getting paid the same to do a significant amount more of work. So in my opinion, water spiders work a lot harder than stowers, at least the good water spiders do. And the water spider tasks, all the tasks that you have to do as a water spider are a lot more difficult than stowers, and they're working a lot more harder. Just like I said with dog, they're working a lot harder, but they're getting the same exact pay as stowers. So to me, that's a con, because you're getting paid the same amount to do much more work. And I think for a lot of people, that's why they're kind of like, why would I even bother doing water spider when I could just do stow? And for me, that's kind of similar as well. I just think I don't really like doing water spider, so I'm just like, why would I want to do that if I'm going to be getting paid the same as I am when I do stow? Might as well do stow. The second con for water spiders is that you are constantly overloaded with work for the most part. A lot of times, at least at my facility, they have the bare minimum amount of water spiders per floor. So that means that those bare minimum amount of water spiders, usually like 3 to 4, are doing a lot more work than they should be doing. They are working a lot of stations. Sometimes they're working like up to 10. I've worked like 11 stations at one point, when realistically you're only supposed to be working like 4 to 6. Sometimes they have you working like 10, 11 stations at once. And for the most part, a lot of the times that you're working water spider, you are constantly overloaded with work, especially if you're working the VRCs as well, or if your stowers are just working extremely fast that day. It's like I said, it's like a restaurant. Customers coming in and out, you have to deal with every single customer, and it's very, very fast paced. And to me, this is a con, that you're constantly overloaded with work, especially because sometimes you can't even afford to take a restroom break. Or what I see a lot of water spiders do is they'll miss out on one of their breaks to continue catching up on work the entire time. I've had to do that as a water spider before. I've seen water spiders do it myself as well, where they're just so like backed up that once the stowers go on like their second break, they won't even go to the second break. They'll just stay there and catch up on all the work, so that when the stowers get back, they're at a much better position. So to me, this is a con, because you really can't take many restroom breaks, and when you do, you'll come back and it'll be a mess. It'll be like everybody needs something, everybody needs work, just like a restaurant. And yeah, it's an overload of work, and you might have to miss out on breaks too when you're doing water spider, which sucks. Number 3, I don't know how to put this nicely, but I'm just gonna say annoying stowers. With all due respect to the annoying stowers, there's stowers that will constantly complain like, hey, why aren't you giving me enough work? Hey, go find me a box of smalls. Hey, stop giving me big items. I only want small items. And honestly, that's really, really annoying. It's like I said, like working at a restaurant, it's a customer who's complaining about their food, or you gave me the wrong order, or this isn't not enough food, or I don't like this, send it back, or can I speak to your manager? It's kind of the same thing for stowers sometimes. Sometimes you'll get a bad batch of stowers where all of them are working extremely fast, and then they're looking at you mad like, why don't I have work? Or even sometimes the water spiders can't physically give the stowers work because there is no work coming up through the VRCs, and so the stowers are mad at the water spiders because there's no work, even though it's not the water spider's fault. So to me, this is a huge con as well, is that the stowers, sometimes you can get a bad batch of stowers where they're constantly annoying you, bugging you, begging you for smalls, and to me that is a big con as well. It's like working at a restaurant, and when you're working at a restaurant, sometimes the customers can be extremely needy or very annoying at times. So that's a big con to me as well. But that is all the pros and cons that I have. There's definitely more pros and cons, and if you would like to see a part 2 to this video, let me know. Leave a like on the video as well if you haven't already. But with that being said, I'm going to end that there. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. About my stream this Sunday, I know I didn't stream last Sunday, my apologies. My stream this Sunday, I don't know for sure if I'm going to make this one. WrestleMania is that night, and I'm a big wrestling fan, for those who don't know. I know people hate wrestling, but I'm a big wrestling fan, and WrestleMania is that night, so I might not for sure stream, or if I do, it'll either be shorter or I will be live reacting to WrestleMania. So yeah, I might be doing that. I'm not really sure yet. I'll be watching WrestleMania probably regardless though, so not sure if there will be a stream for sure this Sunday. I'm going to try my hardest to make sure there's a stream because I don't want to miss 2 weeks in a row. But like I said, might be shorter, or I might be live reacting to WrestleMania. And if I do live react to WrestleMania, just come in and hang out. We don't even have to talk about wrestling if you're not a wrestling fan. Just come in and hang out. But with that being said, I'm going to end that there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Love you all. Peace.